Hello students, my name is Momojimo Mohammed from Sheikh Abubakar Gumi Academy. Still on fishery, today we'll be looking at classification of fishes and uses of fishes. Uses of fishes and fish product. And fish product. Fish product. So we want to classify fishes into habitat and morphology. We want to classify fishes into habitat and morphology. Let's take it one after the other. Let's start with classification based on habitat. What is habitat? Habitat is a place where an organism is always found. And what are we talking about? We're talking about fish here. That means we'll be looking at where they live, which is water. So, we have two different types of water. We have what we call fresh water and what? Salt water. Fresh water and what? Salt water. So fishes that are found in fresh water are referred to as what? Freshwater fishes. Let me take it again. When you say fresh water, what does that mean? Water that do not contain salt. Water that do not contain salt is referred to as what? Fresh water. And where can we get this water? Water gotten from lake, water gotten from river, water gotten from stream, water gotten from dam, water gotten from well. All are examples of what? Fresh water. And fishes that are found in this type of environment are referred to as what? Freshwater fishes. So today we would like to see example of fresh water fishes. Tilapia is one of the examples of freshwater fishes. You have seen the drawing in our first lesson. This is tilapia. It's an example of what? Fresh water fish. Then we have catfish. Catfish is another example of fresh water. And when you look at catfish, they have one peculiar thing. They have stiff fin around their mouth. Stiff fin around its mouth. Like this, as in hair-like stiff fin. They have it around their mouth. Then we have another example of freshwater fish, which we refer to as perch. When you look at perch, what you use to differentiate perch from tilapia is that perch has two dorsal fin. It has what? Two dorsal fin. One is soft and the other one is just like spike. Very sharp pointed. Then we have cod as an example of freshwater fish. Cod is the type of fish that they use in producing cod liver oil. So let's quickly look at salt water. Fishes that are found in salt water. We have shark. We have what? Shark. In our first lesson, I told you that the end tail, the tail of shark has a crescent shape, which is the edge of the tail has a crescent shape. and the dorsal fin is very large, and the pectoral fin is large. Then, when you look at dogfish, it's another example of what? Salt water fish. Dogfish is just like shark. Shark with short tail is what we call dogfish. It's what we refer to as what? Dogfish. Then we have mackerel. Mackerel has a greenish blue band on its body. That is the color. So this is another example of what? Salt water fish. So we are going to stop here. We have many of them, both freshwater fishes and saltwater fishes. So I'm going to give you an assignment on this. So when we end this class, so let's look at classification based on morphology. We are done with classification based on habitat now, where they live. So let's now look at classification based on what? Morphology. When we're talking about morphology, we are referring to body structure. Body structure. So we can classify based on morphology into what we call bony fishes and cartilaginous fishes. Bony fishes and what? Cartilaginous fishes. Example of bony fishes. This kind of fish, these bony fishes can survive in a harsh environment. It can survive in a harsh environment, and it is easy to rear. If you're a beginner and want to go into fish farming, it is advisable to go into what? Rearing of bony fishes. And the example of bony fishes, we have catfish. I think I've explained that one. They have fin around their mouth. Then we have tilapia fish. You have seen the diagram. Then we have mackerel. We have cod. We have perch. So their body is consisting of what? Bones. That is why they are referred to as what? Bony fishes. Then let's look at cartilaginous fishes. Cartilaginous fishes, they are flexible. Their framework of the body is made up of cartilage. It's made up of what? Cartilage, not bones. So, example of cartilaginous fish are 1. Shark. 2. Dogfish. 3. This one is 3. 3. Eels. When you look at them, they have structure of snake. They are just like snake, but they are not snake. This is another example of what? Cartilaginous fish. Eels. Then we have rays. Rays, if you look at their structure, they look like bat inside the water. They look like bat. So all these are examples of what? Cartilaginous fishes. We have many of them. I'll give you as an assignment. You are going to research more on this to give us other examples of cartilaginous fishes and bony fishes. So this is how to classify fishes based on habitat and based on what? Morphology, based on the body structure. Then, having known this, we look at uses of fish and fish products. What are the uses of fish and fish products? 1. Fish as food. It can be taken as food because it can provide nourishment to the body. It provides protein. So that is that. This one is self-explanatory. It serves as food. Then number 2, we have fishes are medicinal. Fishes are medicinal. It is good to eat fish. When you're eating fish, it prevents you from some ailment, diseases. Diseases like cardiovascular diseases, that is disease of the heart. It prevents you from malaria. It can prevent somebody from malaria. It can prevent somebody from yellow fever, and so on. So that is how fishes are medicinal. It prevents some diseases. Then we have number 3, fishes as source of oil. Fishes as source of oil. Oil are gotten from fish, like the cod liver oil I mentioned. You understand? So we can extract oil from fish. Then we have fish glue. We can use fish to manufacture glue for putting paper together. So, how do we do that if we want to manufacture glue? So what we are saying in essence is this, that you can remove the skin of fish, then you boil it to high temperature, to a very high temperature. So if you boil it like that, then what you are going to get, the liquid that you are going to get is the glue we are talking about. And when you preserve it, it can what? It can solidify, and whenever you want to use it, you put it in water or you hydrolyze it or dissolve it and use it as glue. Just the skin. But you must remove the scale from it. Once you have gotten the skin, you remove the scale of the fish, then you boil it to a very high temperature. Then the water that will be left can be used as what? Glue. Then we have fish fertilizer. This is another one. There's nothing to throw away when it comes to fish. The bones, you don't throw it away. Then how do we produce this? This one is a liquid fertilizer. Liquid fertilizer is by heating fish meal. You know, when you take away the oil part of fish, what you'll be left with is what? Fish meal. Then this fish meal can further be heated to a temperature whereby steam will be produced. So that steam will be collected, as in you collect that steam as what? As emulsion when it condenses. When it condenses, you collect it as what? Emulsion. And that is what we refer to as what? Fish fertilizer. It can improve the fertility of the soil. So we have fish as a source of animal feed. We can also use fish as part of ingredient during feed formulation. When you are formulating feed for animals, especially poultry, fish is one of the ingredients. Then we have fish as a source of employment. Fish as a source of employment. The people can go into fish farming. You know, when you take fish farming as a business, as a form of business, it now becomes your job. It provides job for you. And fish farming is something we know that is very, very lucrative, very profitable. So if you are into it, it has provided job for you already. You get what I'm saying? Then not only that, people that do the processing, people that are into the marketing of fish and fish product, it has provided job for them also. So that is that. Then let's quickly look at the last one here, but not the least. Fish as a source of income. When you go into fish farming, your primary aim of going into it, especially when you take it as a form of business, is to earn money. So when you raise your fish to maturity stage, the next thing is to take them to the market. When they have grown to maturity stage, take them to the market and you earn your money from there. So that is the income we are talking about. So I would like to give you assignments on this. I believe this all I've been saying so far is clear to you. And if that is so, let me give you this assignment. Number 1, state let me do it this way. State State 5 examples of salt water fishes. Then 2, let me do it this way. List 5 examples of bony fishes. We stop. So we are going to stop here for this lesson, and we are going to meet again in our next class. Thank you.